Hello, families. Welcome back to the American Family Survival Network. I'm Jeffrey Snipes, your host. Today is September 18th, Sunday, 2016. IED explodes in New York City. 29 people injured. Bomb was an intentional act, mayor says. This is from Zero Hedge. Summary of the latest news surrounding the explosion of an IED in Midtown Manhattan on Saturday night. A powerful explosion caused by what authorities say was a homemade bomb set off in a sidewalk dumpster on 23rd Street between 6th and 7th Avenue at 8:30 p.m. on Saturday night. Injured at least 29 people. A second explosive device was also found 4 blocks away. The explosion, which occurred around 8:30 p.m., prompted the shutdown of a wide swathe of Manhattan south of Midtown. The police department said at 1:15 a.m. Sunday that 14th Street to 32nd Street was closed to traffic between 8th Avenues until further notice. The explosion shattered windows, damaged cars, and sent crowds running from the scene. I heard a big boom, said Luke McConnell, who was visiting from Colorado and had been headed toward a restaurant on West 27th Street. I felt it like a concussive wave heading towards me. Then there was a cloud of white smoke that came from the left side of the 23rd Street near 6th. He said there was no fire, just smoke. A law enforcement official said investigators were trying to figure out who was behind the explosion and what the motivations might have been. It likely came from an improvised device, said one city official who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss a continuing investigation. We don't understand the target or the significance of it. It's by a pile of dumpsters on a random sidewalk. Mayor Bill de Blasio, speaking at a news conference at the scene, said injuries are significant, but for the moment none were life-threatening. The mayor called the explosion an intentional act, but initially said there was no connection to terrorism. He cautioned that the authorities had just begun their investigation into the blast, which took place just days after the 15th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. Whatever the cause, Mr. de Blasio said, New Yorkers will not be intimidated. Many of the injuries were caused by shrapnel from the explosion, which witnesses seemed to have come from a sidewalk dumpster on West 23rd Street, whose images quickly proliferated on Twitter. A second IED device found on West 27th Street was described as resembling a pressure cooker, like the one used in the Boston Marathon bombings in 2013. An official said a senior police official confirmed the photographs of the device shared on social media, which showed a silver piece of cookware with wires and a cell phone attached, were authentic. The official said the police department's bomb squad was taking the device to a department facility where robots would inspect it. The official said investigators don't have any suspects and were not questioning anyone. Video captured before the explosion shows a man crossing the street in the direction of where the device was found, but no video has yet been obtained clearly showing anyone placing the device in the spot where it detonated. Pressed on who might be responsible for the incident, James P. O'Neill, the police commissioner, said no suspect was in custody. We are still in process of trying to figure that out. O'Neill said the authorities had collected video of the explosion, but asked the public for any footage they may have, as well as eyewitnesses and possible tips. A video of the 23rd Street scene just before the IED went off has been released just recently. And the police commissioner said that residents along 23rd Street were being allowed back in their homes and that there was no need for mandatory evacuations. The White House issued a brief statement saying that President Obama has been briefed on the developing situation in New York. The president has been apprised of the explosion in New York City, the cause of which remains under investigation, and the statement said. The president will be updated as additional information becomes available. Both presidential candidates broke from campaign routines to address the issue. Donald J. Trump weighed in on the news while campaigning in Colorado Springs on Saturday night. I must tell you that just before I got off the plane, a bomb went off in New York and nobody knows exactly what's going on, he said. But boy, we are living in a time we better get very tough, folks. Hillary Clinton was informed of the episode after she gave a speech at the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation's annual awards dinner. Her campaign said, according to the NYT, the explosion was not connected to a blast that happened 11 hours before, as reported at Zero Hedge, when an improvised device exploded in a garbage can near the course of a charity race that was about to start in a small town on the Jersey Shore. That device went off around 9:30 a.m. Near the boardwalk in Seaside Park, New Jersey. According to the Ocean County Sheriff Michael G. Mastronardi, there were no injuries. The race, the Seaside Semper 5, a 5-kilometer run and charity event along the waterfront that raises money for members of the United States Marine Corps and their families, was canceled. There's an update here. Fox News is reporting a second explosion on 27th Street. The New York Police Department reportedly moved the media to safety before the blast, indicating that it may have been a controlled explosion by police. The device is believed to be a pressure cooker, a device similar to the one used in Boston Marathon bombing with a cell phone and wires attached. An explosion occurred at 8:30 this evening in New York City at 135 23rd Street between 6th and 7th Avenue. Earlier reports suggested that the explosion came from an improvised explosion device stuffed inside a dumpster. And I think we have all this information already. Is there any new information? I don't see anything new. Okay, so please stay tuned for more information on that. And folks, it's time to get serious about getting tough, like Donald Trump said, and that involves going to the AmericanFamilySurvivalStore.com for all your family's emergency and survival needs. We have to protect and safeguard our families. God bless, and fear not. Thank you.